Hi Aries, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you are likely to find a message in there. Now, today's reading is a little bit different because there's been a lot of heavy readings recently. I figured I would do something a little bit more on what is there coming in that you can celebrate. So let's get into this. Spirit, can we get some cards for Aries on what is coming in for them to celebrate? That is a lot of cards. Don't think we need quite all of those, thanks, but we'll take a few. Okay, feel like that Justice on the top wants to be out as well. Do you know what? I am going to take all of them. I feel like those three want to be together and that those two want to be together. Right, so we have home and environment. We have work and finance, romance, love, within yourself. We also have what's unexpected and then what is expected. So in home or your environment, you may have been spending a bit of time on your own recently. I've got a hermit here in the reverse and I've just opened my curtains to let some sunshine in, and now you can't even see what's on the cards properly. I do apologize. Um, so yeah, so we've got a hermit in the reverse here, suggesting that you've been on your own a little bit. Maybe you've been spending a bit of solitary time doing, who knows, home improvements maybe. It does feel like you are ready to come out of that. Maybe you're going to be socializing in the near future. Maybe your home is going to be, the size may be increasing. Maybe if you've been on your own, you might have somebody moving in with you. Um, it is very much suggesting that you won't be lonely for long. Let's get some clarity on this hermit. Interesting. So we have Five of Pentacles that came out to start with. So you've potentially been healing from being abandoned, um, or from having a lack of something. So it does look as though you've been doing some healing on that. I do have a Seven of Swords in the reverse. So you are coming out with certain things. You're being very open and you're going to be making sure there's clarity in whatever you want. And we've got a Four of Pentacles. So you've been holding on to something here. Um, you've been holding on to some sort of, or trying to rebuild stability at least. It feels like you may have gone without money. You may have had a bit of a lack for a while. But you've been making plans. You've been very open about your plans. Potentially, you could have even been communicating with people, talking things through. You may have been getting some help, because this is very much not doing it sneakily. When you're in the reverse, it's very much being open, honest, communicating, talking, making sure that you are getting what needs to be done and that you are being open and honest about it too. So it could very well be that you've sought some help, or you're at least seeking some help. It does feel to me like you're trying to rebuild stability within your home, potentially. This Four of Pentacles very much suggesting that you are grasping on tight to whatever is around you. So maybe you've gone through something at home where your home life could have been a little bit chaotic and you're trying to rebuild some stability there. It could even be maybe you lost a home and now you've got one and you want to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Um, yeah, I feel with that hermit cave, I feel like that is part of what that Five of Pentacles is, being feeling abandoned and being like you're on your own. But definitely when he's in the reverse, you're coming out of that, which is what I feel that Seven of Swords is. And I feel like you're going to be finding people, meeting people, um, and you're going to be holding on to them to make sure that you don't feel quite so lonely. Now, in your work and finances, I've got a Hierophant in the reverse. So here it feels like you are going to be leaving something. Maybe you've had a job that you've had for a while, you've lost faith in it, and you're going to be leaving it potentially. Let's get clarity on this Hierophant spirit. Yeah, you don't see it really going anywhere. I've got a Page of Pentacles in the reverse. You feel like it is a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's like you don't feel like potentially you don't feel like you're skilled enough for it. You don't feel like you know what direction it's going in. Maybe there is no direction to go in. Maybe there's no progression, and you don't know how to progress in this particular job. You don't find it particularly stable either, and you don't think that it's particularly happy or successful. And you are very much trying to be confident and move forward and try and manifest a new one. So I feel like you're very much going to be leaving a job and you are going to manifest a job of your dreams there with that magician. Um, Very much moving away from something that's potentially got no progression into something that, yeah, that you'll be enjoying. That magician is full of confidence. He makes things happen, and it feels very much like you were going to be making things happen here. So that's very much something to celebrate. Same with you, you know, giving yourself that stability that you haven't had for a while is very much something to celebrate. And now, in love, we've got a Two of Swords. So you are very much at a crossroads. You have a decision that needs to be made here. Um, that decision you might not have, or you might feel like you don't have all of the answers for it just yet. Let's get some clarity on that Two of Swords. Spirit of the Two of Swords. There's some sort of new opportunity coming in. Interesting. Okay. So we've got an Ace of Pentacles here. So there is something new that's coming in towards you. Um, you may have been a little bit stressed or anxious about something, but you're coming out of that, which is good. There is an ending here to something, and it feels like it's a dragged out ending, and that's possibly why you've been stressing and worrying. Now, this ending is something that, how to put it, could be an ending to a partying lifestyle. It could be that you are not going out socializing as much, and this new opportunity is, I mean, it could be a gift, not necessarily a new opportunity. I feel like it's more of a new opportunity. It could be that you are healing from a third party situation potentially. Could be that there's one that's coming to an end. Um, this Three of Cups can also be an ending of an addiction when it's in the reverse. And with you having this Death card here, it's something that's been a long time coming. You've been going through it for a while. And I feel like this new opportunity that's coming up is going to bring you the opportunity to end whatever this is. Maybe you didn't feel like you'd have the support or the stability from someone in order to end it. And now it could be that you're going to be meeting somebody at a new workplace, because obviously the Pentacles is very much about finances, things improving. I want to say like tangible assets. So it could very well be that when you actually manage to manifest your brand new work, that actually you meet somebody at work, somebody new. And it could be that you've got a bit of a choice to make, which obviously you have with this Two of Swords, over what feels like it could be something that's been stressing you out or will stress you out. potentially you've got a choice to make between two people, and it might take you a while to make that decision. But once you have made that decision, you're going to be celebrating. Now, if it's not, and it's just that you're trying to get over something else, this new opportunity or this new person that's coming in is going to give you that kind of option that you can move away from certain things, and it's gonna help you to do that. Obviously with that Two of Swords there, you've got this choice to make. I've got a feeling like it's very much, do you continue with the partying lifestyle? Do you continue socializing? Do you continue with some addictions potentially, or do you go down a new stable path? Um, there's very much what I'm feeling like that kind of choice is there. But either way, whichever choice you take, you're going to be celebrating it because it is the choice that you've made. Now, in yourself, we have a Knight of Cups in the reverse. So it feels to me like you're celebrating not moving forward, finding something that's not emotional. Maybe you don't want emotional attachments. It's a lack of creativity as well. Cutting yourself off. Now, it could just be that you're cutting yourself off from a particular person or energy, something that you found really enjoyable, but you may realize that it was a little bit toxic. Let's have some clarity on that Knight of Cups. I've just had an Eight of Wands popping out. So no communication or stopping moving, which is that Knight of Cups itself isn't moving. So with that Eight of Wands, no movement as well. Hmm. It's like you're celebrating missing an opportunity. I mean, maybe it's something where you felt like it wasn't for you and you didn't want it, and it's going to be something that you're celebrating because of that. It feels like, in fact, what I feel like this is you may have lost the enjoyment out of something, so you stopped moving towards it, you stopped any kind of energy going into it. You don't feel like it's for you anymore. It puts you out of balance. You know it's not something that's good for you, and it's not healed. And it was definitely keeping you unhappy potentially. Um, you may even see it as being something that you've put in a lot of energy to, but it wasn't worth it. So it looks like you're just stopping any movement in that direction, but you want to stop any movement in that direction. Now, whether that is, like I say, whether it's to do with an addiction, whether it's to do with a workplace, it's very much, like I say, the enjoyment's gone, and you're just going, no, I don't like it anymore. I'm going to stop putting my energy into it. I'm going to stop thinking about it. It's not what I wanted, and it doesn't make me happy. And you physically stopping and putting your time and your energy into it is something that you're going to be celebrating. Maybe you're somebody that likes to obsess over things and you'll keep putting into stuff because you don't like change, and you just keep putting it in and putting it in, putting it in, hoping that it's going to get better. But it's saying here that you're not going to be doing that anymore. You're going to be walking away from something, or not so much walking away either. It's like you're just not going to be moving towards it. You know, you're going to stop in your tracks. Wherever you are, there's no more movement towards it. There's no more energy going into it. It's just stopped. Now, what's unexpected is I've got a Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and I've got a Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So you may be in a bit of a cycle here where there's something that needs to be learnt. It could even be that what's going to happen, or this Queen of Pentacles could be somebody that you're meeting. It could be a state of mind that you're going to go into. That Queen of Pentacles is very much all about the home, loves the home, very much a homebody. Make sure she's got it, it's tidy, it is secure, she's got all the nice luxuries in it, whatever you want. Very stable, very nurturing, very giving. It feels to me like it's not time yet for this person to come in, because that Wheel of Fortune can be divine timing. So it feels like there's something there's a lesson that you might need to finish learning before this person comes in. But once they come in, it's obviously going to be worth celebrating. Spirit, what's this Wheel of Fortune and this Queen of Pentacles? Okay, so Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So potentially no longer being on your own, not being independent, potentially starting to rely on other people a little bit. We've got a Page of Wands in the reverse as well. So maybe there's a lack of energy towards being on your own, being single. I've got an Ace of Swords here too. So there's going to be a lot of clarity, potentially cutting people out that no longer serve you. And there's going to be truths that are going to be learned. But they're all going to be things that you are very happy about. I feel like this Nine of Pentacles relates to your home. Here where we were saying earlier that you're going to have other people in your environment. I feel like it could very well be to do with that. Because she's in the reverse. She's not being completely independent, potentially relying on other people, asking for help from other people. Still being very stable, mind you, very good at making money. Very skilled at what they do, but need some help there. Possibly because there's been a lack of energy. Maybe you've burnt out. But yeah, there's definitely some truths that are going to come out as well. Now, whether that is to do with the same thing or whether this is separate, I'm not sure. But you're going to be celebrating it, and you're not expecting it to come either, which is lovely. I say lovely, it it's supposed to be lovely because it's you're going to be celebrating it. Now, in what you're expecting, I've got a Three of Cups in the upright. So celebrations to celebrating. Got an Ace of Swords in the reverse and a Justice in the reverse. So potentially you could be celebrating that things are not being cut off. I say when things are not being cut off, maybe you're not cutting someone off, maybe they're not cutting you off. There's a decision that's been made that you feel was unfair, but you're still celebrating that decision itself. So let's get clarity on this. Spirit, can we get clarity? I feel like you feel like the truth hasn't been told either. So we've got a Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands in the reverse, Six of Cups. So I feel like somebody from the past may have caused you some upset. I feel like you've been trying to cut them out, but you've not been able to. There's potentially third party involvement in this, and you feel like you feel like people are judging you, feeling like things are, you against everyone, with that Justice in the reverse there. I do have a Queen of Wands, so it is suggesting to me that you are confident about what's going on. You feel like whatever this is, you expect some sort of conflict. So you're making sure that you've got energy, and you're making sure that you've got the confidence to move forward with whatever it is. We do have a Seven of Wands here. So you are sick of the conflict. You are very much walking away from that conflict energy. Now, this could be conflict within yourself as well as conflict elsewhere. It's very much you having to stand up for yourself a lot. Now, this is very much you taking a stand, going, I'm above all of this. I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to justify my actions. And I feel like that's where this justice card comes in as well. Because you're no longer justifying your actions and you're walking away from something or you're walking towards something. Someone could be feeling like it's not fair that you're not going to justify what it is that you're doing. But you don't see the point because it's very much like you expect there to be squabbles and fights if you do communicate it. I do have a Six of Cups here as well. So it's potentially involving someone from the past. Maybe you are very much releasing someone from the past. Maybe they've done you dirty. Now, it could be that you may be going towards someone from the past and you've had some lessons that you've needed to learn, but you might have to put someone else out in order to move towards those people from the past. All right, let's get you some moonology. Either way, whatever this is, you walking away from something, realizing that you're better than petty arguments and squabbles, is a massive thing to celebrate. So let's get you some moonology cards to see if we can find any timings on when these are likely to happen. One more, please, Spirit. So we have nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, sorry. And then you are very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. So for 3 of those, any time during the month. Right. I hope you enjoyed your reading today. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. To those of you that have subscribed already, thank you very much for your subscription. It is greatly appreciated. It helps the channel to grow and also helps to pass those messages on. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching today, Aries. Good luck.